So, in this next car side chat with mathematics at MinuteMath here, we're going to talk a little story about Pythagoras of Samos. And so a lot of people know Pythagoras as, the Pythagorean theorem. And that's what he's really known for, but he's done from what I read, he's a little more of a philosopher than a mathematician, and he kind of started that group, the Pythagoreans, and he was kind of leader of that. And so some people argue that maybe he didn't come up with the Pythagorean theorem, that one of his members did, but he gets credit for it because he was the leader of it. But, so I'm sure people are going to argue about that down below. So this is a little story about Pythagoras, and if you, just some people argue if it's true or not. So it's, take it for a grain of salt. So anyway, with a grain of salt, not for, with. So Pythagoras, his cult, he's kind of started a cult, and they basically believed in rational numbers. That every number in the world, everything can be written as a rational number. Now, what is a rational number? Well, a rational number is an integer, an integer over an integer. So an integer in the numerator and an integer in the denominator. So positive, negative, whatever. Okay. So that's a rational number. Now, obviously, we know of plenty irrational numbers. Pi, e, square root of 2, square root of 3. There's a lot of them out there. And so Pythagoras, he knew about pi, but he just believed that pi could be written as a rational number, and every number could. So the story goes that this is what they kind of believed in, and this is like their kind of god, if you will. And I think his name is, I don't really know how to pronounce this. Hippasus. The story goes, one of his members of his group, Hippasus, he proves that there has to be an irrational number, that an irrational number has to exist. And this proof is a very common proof, and it's all over the internet if you want to check it out. And sorry, I'm submerging here. He proves that there has to be an irrational number. Well, this doesn't fly right with Pythagoras, because his proof, which is a mathematically, which it is some kind of magic, magic that you can do it, but mathematically solid proof. So with all logic, that Pythagoras has got it, he's done. His religion is wrong. And so Pythagoras couldn't have this. So the story goes, him and the Pythagoreans, they take Hippasus out onto a boat, and they push him over the edge, or they push him over the edge and don't come back with him and kill him. They make him drown out there. Some accounts say that they left with Hippasus and they came back without him. No one knows what happens. Some people say that Pythagoras made us all his members of his group swore to secrecy, that they would never tell anyone about this. But so this is the legend of it. So many people argue if it's actually true or not. I kind of like to believe it's true. I think it's kind of a funny story in a sense. I mean, obviously it's not nice that Hippasus died because of this. But what it shows, I think, is that even a religion that's supposedly based off of pure logic, Pythagoras, his rational numbers, and he believed everything, he was proven wrong. And yet he couldn't have that. He based everything off pure logic, but then he was proven wrong and couldn't have it. So he decided to kill the person who proved him wrong, that changed everything he believed in, so he could still believe in what he believed in. And his little cult there got people to believe that, and he couldn't keep that going if he was wrong. So I think it's kind of an interesting, kind of funny story there. And I hope you enjoyed the story. It's a short little one here. So if you enjoyed this story and other things that we do, please subscribe right down below. You can also follow us on Instagram or Twitter at MinuteMath. And thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.